Hey, good evening, good day, Instagram, good day, Instagram. If you are on, come on in, Instagram. Good day, good day, good day. Good to see everyone. Come on in, whether you are catching it now live at 6 o'clock one Sunday, or you are catching the replay. Good day, everyone. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Good day. I wanted to continue on the conversation about why can't women have it all for the woman who carries the weight of the world on her back. And over the course of the years, and this, not years, over the course of weeks, we've talked about several different things, and we talked about, where it all started. We talked about when we have children, and we talked about how we're growing up and what that all looks like. And so today on part 8, I just want to touch in on the subject around, even when we get into things, hi, good evening, Donna, good to see you. I want to talk about when promotions get in the way. We go through college, we have families, we have our children and all of that, and we are blessed to have promotions. And so when we are talking about when promotions get in the way, and when I think about promotions and when they get in the way, I think about this article I read. Hey, Sharita, how are you, Rita? Good to see you. I read this article in the BBC, I believe it was the BBC, and it talked about how women who are in a position of power, how they are more likely to get divorced than their male counterparts that they got promoted. It's like if you get promoted, then you're more likely not to have a successful relationship. If you get promoted, you're more likely to get divorced than your male counterparts. And I read this article and I thought it was really interesting, because when we think about females in a position of power and getting promotions and how these things get in the way, why? Because we carry so much weight on our back. And one of the things we do, and I find that we do as women in a position of power, is the one thing when we have such a great role, it's so awesome and we get promoted, but it feels like we got to prove. We have to prove ourselves. And we have to prove ourselves because, one, a lot of times people don't believe we should be in that role. I know things are evolving and changing, especially now we have a shift, the changing of the administration in the United States, that there's a lot of women who will have the position of power. Number one being our vice president is a female. Thus, with all of that, because she's the first, and a lot of times when we are the first in a position of power, we have to prove. And that carries so much weight. That carries so much stress on us when we have to prove. One, we have to prove that we belong there. We already qualified. But the thing is, when we're there, we got to prove that I belong here, that I need to be here. I have to stay here. So we have to prove ourselves that what you thought was I qualified for, that I deserve to be here and I deserve to stay here. And so that is a lot of pressure that we have. So when we're in a position of power, we get promoted. Promotions sometimes get in the way because we have so much weight on our back, because one, we feel like we have to prove. That's the first thing. The second thing is, not only do we have to prove, but the second thing is that we feel like we have to protect. We have to protect, meaning that I have to protect who I am, my boundaries. So we can't necessarily be vulnerable. We can't necessarily show who we really are. And because, and that goes into that whole thing of, you're acting like a bee that whines with the witch. Put a bee in front of that, right? You're acting that way. Or you're so aggressive, or let's be real, if you're a black woman, you're angry black woman. The thing is that not only do we think about proving, but we protect. So we're protecting our boundaries, because I have this wall in front of me, because you don't need to know who I am. You just need to know that I'm here to do a job, and I'm here to do a job well. And I'm here to do the job, right? And you need to know that I deserve to be in this job. That is a lot of weight and pressure that we put on ourselves as women in a position of power. So not only are we proving, and we are also protecting. We're protecting ourselves. And so we don't let a lot of times, let me just talk about me. We don't let a lot of people get into our space sometimes. And we don't let people get into our space because we are protecting our space, because people are judgmental. People are judgmental. Like, people will ask you questions. How did you get here? Or who did you know to get here? And they want to know all about what you done did. Hey, sis. Hey, Val. Good to see you. How you get in this position? Who did you know? Or come on, can I be real? In some cases, I know we don't do this anymore, but people want to know who you slept with. They trying to figure out who you slept with and all of that. So when I think about those type of things, we have to protect ourselves, and we have to protect where we are and why we're in the position. You don't need to know how I got here. All you need to know is look at my curriculum vitae and know that I deserve to be here. But yet we have to protect the why. That puts so much weight on ourselves when we are in protection mode. So when we're talking about why can't a woman have it all, who carries the weight of the world on our back, the first thing, as I said, we have to prove. We're trying to prove that I belong here. I deserve to be here, and I deserve to stay here. The second thing we talked about was protecting. I appreciate that, Miss. Well, I'm back. I'll go into why I took a break. But protecting, we have to protect it. Protect. And not only that, we're protecting, but then we're projecting. And when I'm saying projecting, I'm meaning that we want to be heard and want to be seen. I'm not saying that in a negative light, but a lot of times people want to hear what you have to say. And sometimes we hide behind our, I won't say positions, but we fall back a lot of times. I get falling back so you can check out the lay of the land and see how things work and see what's happening and to see what's going on. But people, we are in a position of power for a reason, because we have something to say. So what happens is we project, and we have to project on our knowledge. We have to project on our skills, project on our abilities, because people are still questioning, why are you here? You don't deserve to be here. That's what people may be thinking as women in a position of power. You don't deserve to be here. Why are you here? You don't deserve to be here. And that puts so much pressure on us as women who are in a position of power. And that adds another bag that carries the weight of the world on our back. And so not only we're dealing with family stuff, but when we are in a position of power and we get that promotion, we get that opportunity to really take an organization to another level. We get that opportunity to start our businesses, to take business to a whole nother level and run a business as a successful entrepreneur. And when we do that, and we do all of that, we carry more weight, and we carry more weight because of certain things we do on ourselves. We try to prove it, and sometimes we prove it to the point that we try to be perfectionists. Yeah, we have to prove ourselves and can't bring our authentic self to, we don't. And that's where the protection comes in, because we're trying to prove so hard. Thank you, Rita. We try to prove so hard, yes, that we don't bring our authentic self, and that's we try to protect, and we put up this wall, and we're acting as if we are, I'm just this, I'm just this wall. I'm a businesswoman. I'm serious about my business. I'm serious about this. I'm serious about that. We don't let that, yes, we don't let people in our space. And what happens is it could be very off-putting to some people as well. And so then we have this projection, and we're projecting that we are this mean, what was that movie about Eva, something like that? She was just this really stern, successful businesswoman, and she had her wall up. But remember, I think LL Cool J was in the movie and all of this stuff. And so it's just that, all that kind of stuff. But what happens is that adds a lot of pressure to ourselves, and that adds more bags, and that carries more weight on ourselves. So why can't women have it all? For the woman who carries the weight of the world on her back, when promotions get in the way, promotions can be a problem in the sense that we protect, in the sense that we try to prove, and in the sense we project. Thank you, Official Printer. Deliver us from evil. Yes, she was something else in that movie. She was something else in that movie. But that's the person that I think about. Hi, Heather. Hi, LS. Good to see you. That's the person that I think about when I think about how promotions can get in the way. Now, I'm not saying that promotions aren't a good thing. Promotions are a great thing. That's absolutely great. However, when we're adding more of this pressure on ourselves, that allows the weight of the world on our back because we're afraid of failure, because we're trying to prove something. We're trying to be perfect. We trying to make sure that nobody gets into our space. We probably shut down our social media pages so nobody can look us up or find out who we know and all this other stuff. But maybe it's a little bit different now. But the fact of the matter is that adds more pressure and anxiety on ourselves as women in a position of power. And it causes some angst in our relationships, not only in our relationships with our spouses, but also in our relationships with our families. Because it's like, why you gotta be so mean? Why you gotta be this? Why? Because we're having a challenging time harmonizing that with the rest of what we do outside of being a woman in a position of power. So if that's you, here's the thing. I've been in that space. Like, I've been in that space where I'm trying to do it all and be perfectionist. And the thing is that it wears you down. It wears us down, which is why you didn't see me last week, because I took a well-needed vacation. First thing I tell people, women in a position of power, first thing you got to do is take care of yourself, take care of yourself, take care of yourself, take care of yourself, which I did. There's some other things I suggest, and I make recommendations. I think it's 5 things that you could do to harmonize that. And if you want to know what that is, go to www.maxinefreegift.com and they'll go right to you, and I'll send that to you right then and there. Self-care is so important, which is why I was not on last week. I was out of the country, honey. Yes, I was on a beach splashing in the blue ocean. I was away from people. My COVID test was negative. Thank God. All is well and all is good. All is well and all is good. But take care of yourself. But if that's you, and if you questioning, like, what else? What can I do? What else can I do? Go to www.maxinefreegift.com. You can go there, and I have a free gift for you. I'll send you some information about that, and we can go from there. I'm telling you, life, we're getting ready to go into 2021. And as I said to people in the church this morning, people said, like, last year at this time, we were all hyped about, yeah. Hey, sis. Hey, Sean. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Like last year, 2021. I'm sorry, 2020. We were all hyped about this year, about having clear vision and all of that. I believe that the vision has been clear because a lot of our eyes have been open as to what's important. A lot of our eyes have been open as our relationship with God. A lot of our eyes have been open and clear as our relationships and what we want to do, what we need to do, our purposes in life. All of that has come forth in 2020. So yes, it has been clear vision. So my question to you is, what are you going to do in 2021 now that you can see? Now that you have vision to see, what you going to do? What you going to do now that you can see? Right? If I take these glasses off, it's blurry. It's a little bit blurry. A little bit. And I can't really read too much. But, yes, Deshaun, 2020 has given everyone clear vision because the glasses have been put on. I believe that. So now that you can see, you have clear vision, what are you going to do in 2021? What you going to do? I'm going to leave you with that. What are you going to do in 2021? So again, go to www.maxinefreegift.com. I have something for you. I gave you one guiding principle around self-care and how important that is. The other thing is you can do is go to www.wifebossacademy.com, and there we can book a call and we can talk about strategizing. What are you going to do for 2021? Now that you can see clear, what road you going to take? What you going to do? All right, ladies, good talking to you. Take care of yourself, and good to see everybody here today. That's all I got today. Have a blessed one. Have a great day. Bye.